Hello, it is Sarah Waggle, astrologer and leadership coach here for Moon Astrology Tarot, this time for the moon in Taurus. This is an exalted moon coming off of that eclipse, but headed right into Mars conjunct Saturn in Pisces. This is April 9th through the 11th. So yeah, this April is nonstop. With all kinds of different transits, but we've been building up to this one for quite a bit. Not only were we building up to the eclipse, but we are building up to this Mars-Saturn conjunction. Now we're going to be building up to the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction on 420. Partake as you will. But I said it in the Moon and Aries video. I'm going to say it again. It's connecting to water and earth. Very similar energy signature here. As we move into this Mars-Saturn situation, you can do some research on historically, like what Mars conjunct Saturn indicates. There's quite a lot of good info out there, but basically it's, we've got Saturn who rules time and, responsibility and discipline in Pisces, which is illusions, spirituality, oceans, whatnot. Mars, who is not as strong here, but he is still the god of war and some masculine energy. And so there could be some discipline around your creativity, and really exploring, stop saying you don't know what to do with yourself if you're not willing to experiment, play, and create and try and fuck up, make messes and all of that, right? I mean, I'll admit it, my videos lately have not been how I would like them, especially the new and the full moons. They've been longer. They have been, maybe even a little bit sloppier because I've been playing. I've been experimenting with new ways of video editing, which is new for me. And so I kind of give myself a little compassion because it's like, damn, they're so long and I don't like them to be that long, but I also give myself a little credit because I've been practicing with video editing and piecing them together as opposed to, just doing solid videos. And so, it's like you got to be willing to be risky, right? And I think not only this Saturn Mars conjunction, but especially even the Jupiter Uranus conjunction later on this month, and even like the Mercury retrograde, and Venus in Aries situation, we've got to get over the messiness of learning, the messiness or the mistakes or the sloppiness even of learning a new thing, and be okay with that. Be okay with those things. Be okay if the paint goes everywhere instead of where you wanted it to go. Be okay with the oopsies and the whatnot, right? Like happy accidents, totally think of Bob Ross. Right, with Bob Ross, nothing was ever bad in his paintings. He just turned it into a happy accident. So anyway, I say that to say if you are still stuck in the vibe of I don't know what to do because every time I do something, people criticize me or people tell me I'm wrong. Okay, you know what? People are going to tell you you're wrong. It's okay. Let them be in their headspace about it. All right. Let them be in where they are with their wounds. When you make that distinction that you're doing something cool that you like, that you enjoy, and yes, it's sloppy, and you acknowledge that it's sloppy, but you're learning something, you're trying something, it takes time and practice. If we go even with the yarn crafting example, when I get people who are learning how to crochet, and they want to be able to be the perfect crocheter and make an Afghan on their first trip out, well, yeah, then they realize how overwhelming that is and how inconsistent their stitching is and whatnot. And I've been crocheting for over 20 years. I cannot believe that, but yes, I have. I've been crocheting for 20 years. And I can say I still make mistakes. I still have some things, some patterns that I make that I'm like, oh God. Ugh. But you know what? Only I know where the mistakes are. Maybe my mom, because she's an expert knitter, but the people who appreciate my products, that do custom order my products, they don't notice it. They don't notice it, and they still want to pay for it. They still love it, and they're still thankful, and it still looks pretty, and all of the things, right? So that's kind of what I think about with my videos. It's like, well, you know what? I do chapter my videos. So I timestamp them so that you can skip around and don't have to sit through the whole 90 minutes of it. Cause I don't like the fact that they're over an hour. I wish they were more like, 45 minutes. And hopefully I'll get there. And if I don't, that's okay too, because I'm still learning a process that, is new to me, even if some other content creator is like, familiar with video editing. I'm not. I'm new, and it's okay. So anywho, so as we feel into this moon in Taurus, which is exalted, but nothing else is exalted, right? Everything else is like, Venus is in detriment, Mars isn't in his strongest sign, and Mercury is retrograde. So so we've got like, this feeling through type energy. And also, since it is a moon in Taurus, like feel through your senses. Like, what kinds of things do you want to experience with your senses? What do you want to see? What do you want to taste? What do you want to smell? What do you want to touch? What am I forgetting? I always forget one. Vision, smelling, tasting, touching. I always forget one. There's five, and I always forget what the fifth. Oh, hearing. Okay, I always forget one. What do you want to hear? Do you want to hear blaring rock music or blaring rap music, or do you want to hear classical or pleasant music, or a bubbling brook, or ocean waves, or a crackling fire? What are the things that you want to hear, right? And so like really dig into your five senses. And you know what? Don't come at me about the blindness thing. Okay. I hear you. I understand you. And you have four other senses. Okay. What can you taste? What can you smell? What can you hear? What can you touch that makes you have all of the feels, right? And to be truthful, like some people who love to listen to something, if they're clairaudience, or they just happen to be an audio learner, they probably don't even care what something looks like, right? So yeah, so don't come at me about my blind audience situation. I'm blind too, even though I'm a fairly visual person. So, but what do you want to touch? What do you want to smell? What smells good to you? Do you love the smell of fresh sourdough? Do you love the smell of a ballpark stadium? Do you love the smell of its dive bar? I just dropped a card. Do you love the smell of a dive bar? Let's get really silly here. Do you love the smell of a good fart? Okay, like that's what we're talking about here. Hang on, I got to retrieve a card. Um, But that's the silliness, that's the experiences that we're talking about. What do you want to touch? Do you want to touch slime and goo, or do you want to touch feathers, or like I hate the touch of fleece. Like fleece just makes me cringe, and I don't understand how people. I'm dropping cards like crazy. So yeah, that's the second card that I've dropped. I hate the smell. I hate the touch of fleece. I can't stand it. It feels disgusting. It makes me cringe every single time. I don't understand how people can have like loads of fleece blankets. They're gross to me. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like I'd rather touch wool. I'd rather touch I don't know, linen or something, or silk even, than to touch fleece. But you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, would you rather have like Folgers coffee or really good coffee? I think Folgers is disgusting. And you know what? I feel like that's what I've learned, is that I do actually like good things. So what have you learned about yourself? How can you use your five senses to know yourself? How can you use, your four senses if you have four only? Okay. Holy shit, this is hilarious because I believe this is the card that fell out. This is Judgment in reverse. This is Q. This is literally the card that flew out of the deck, and I shuffled it after the fact and it still came out of the deck. So, which now makes me want to go see which one fell on the floor just now. But Judgment in reverse. So things are out of balance. Things don't feel good. Things are uncomfortable. Libra is about balance and justice. And, yet we're in a place where things feel really unsteady and unstable. I'm trying to use my feet to find the other card that fell and I'm not finding it. So apparently that one really wanted to fly away. But so Judgment in reverse, it's Q, in case anybody wanted to know. And I am gonna do the Q Who episode, Star Trek Next Gen. Okay, I feel like I'm a little all over the place all of a sudden. That's really weird. Let's see what's up with the Woodland Wardens, but clearly that Judgment in reverse card really wanted to come out because it flew out of the deck. I shuffled it and it still came out of the deck. Let's see what's up with the critters. I also love the smell of like cinnamon and fall spices. Oh, those are amazing. Okay, the snail and the huckleberry, and this is trust in the invisible. Oh, trust in the invisible with Judgment in reverse. Trust in what you don't know, like what we can't sense right now, what we can't sense with our human senses, our human five senses, but what can you feel in your gut? Like, what can you, well, obviously trust in a higher power. I mean, that's pretty evident. But you've got to there's also trusting the process, right? Like things are so goddamn slowed down right now and so not moving forward right now. There's trusting the process of this whole month, that even if you're ready and you're ready to launch the thing or start the new job or start the new project, that right now isn't the time to do that, but trust the process, that this month will play out, right? That this month will play out and you will get something on the other side of it if you stay the course. But if you're getting impatient, what the fuck is going on? Everything's going on all at once is the answer to your question. Everything's going on all at once. So let it be. Let it be. Let it calm, let it chill, let it sit, let it all be, and keep doing your part in moving through it all. Okay. We got, oh, I had it right side up the first time around. Okay. Eucalyptus, yeah, expands freedom. Find your freedom. This really is an inner personal process. Inner, I-N-N-E-R, not inter, as in people interacting with people. This is an inner personal process. This whole month is an inner personal process. Chiron is heavily involved with everything happening in Aries, with Mercury and Venus and whatnot. So this is really an inner personal process. So, okay, so we got the eucalyptus, finding your freedom, expanding your freedom. We got trusting the unseen. We got judgment in reverse. It's literally you got to trust. You have to trust that you have the gifts, you have the talents, you have the skills, you have the human makeup that you need in order to do the things that you want to do in this earthly experience. And please remember, we're only here for a short time. So do you really want to spend that time wondering what the hell you could be doing? And I don't know my purpose, and I don't know that. Use this time to explore these things and figure and let it all be revealed to you what you're here to do, and again, make a mess of it. So anyway, that's what I got for this moon in Taurus. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, please Like this video, drop me a comment and whatnot, as you know, as we move through the process of YouTube doing YouTube things. I appreciate this platform. It gives me a chance to do what I do. However, I also really want to get my videos further out there and all of that. So I appreciate you interacting and engaging with my content. So have a great one. I'll talk to you on the next video.